Oh, there we go.
And here comes the theme song.
Here we go.
This is Trip. They said they needed somebody whose mic demeanor matches how the D-League get it hype inside that ice arena. For live action analysis and highlights, you need to let your host on the mic, Mr. Reichert, be the light to lead you through life between the pipes. Incite like an encyclopedia. Look inside yourself, find the fight to compete in you. Get in while you can, the numbers doubling fast. Asses in the seats and snot bubbles on the glass. Sign your name on the line for your spot and lock it up. This is hockey. We'll see who talking tough when they drop the puck. Try to keep your teeth and knock it up. Sorry about your luck. You should probably go sit down somewhere safe and get doctored up. Turn it up loud, let it knock in your truck. Or in the office, sound waves ripple through coffee cups. Come on. Log on, lock it in, and lock it up. It's dleagueradio.com. Let's talk it up. Again. Log on, lock it in, and lock it up. It's dleagueradio.com. Let's talk it up. Lace your skates up or sit back reading the tea leaves. You are now tuned into the D-League. If you ain't bumping this in your ride, you need a DD. You are now tuned into the D-League. Leave your TV, come and see it in 3D. You are now tuned into the D-League. It's the best podcast in the biz, better believe me. You are now tuned into the D-League.
Hello and welcome again, or welcome back to D-League Radio on this very lovely Daylight Savings Sunday afternoon. My name's Scott Van Dort and I'm joined today by Kevin Coble. How are you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing great. Ready to see this game. Let's get it on. Let's go. Let's move. Let's go.
Absolutely. And this game is going to feature the Knights versus the Bandits. If you're having a look at the standings, it looks like a bit of a mismatch and it looks similar on paper, but we'll see how we'll go today. The Knights, their record coming in at 1 win, 10 losses with 3 ties. So for 5 points, the Bandits just killing it this year. 9 wins, 3 losses, 2 ties. 20 points first in novice, so we got first versus fourth, but I think many of us here will be hoping for at least a bit of competition and maybe an upset. You never know what's going to happen.
Oh, you always love an upset, and that's what I think we have, in the making here. The Bandits have been coming off of win after win. They've been doing really great. They beat the Goose last week, their biggest competition. So they might come in here taking the Knights lightly because the Knights have been having a hard time of it lately, but they had a really good showing last week versus the Blues. So they may be building up, and the Bandits may come in here and take it a little lightly.
Yep, and that's always an option. That's always the potential for that. You mentioned the Bandits coming off a win and coming off a real strong win as well. Aaron Harris in particular in net, something crazy like 30 saves for 1 goal and just really stole that game, but his team played behind him as well. And the Knights, they showed a bit of competitive grit last week, which they'll be thrilled with, and they'll want to carry that through. So really anything can happen. The top goal scorers for the Knights, we have Nick Reynolds, Jason Weimer, who is absent today. That hurts. We're also missing Brian Mather, who is absent today.
And Adam Cornish, a good defenseman that they really could use out here.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to label the top 3 players, but gee whiz, those are 3 very strong players. But again, we'll see how we go. Right. The Bandits, I'm looking for names here. They look like they have a pretty good showing today. Sean Ruscoli with 10 goals for the season. And Martin Lopez with 8 goals. They're both going to be wanting to add to that tally today. Yeah. And I believe we have Dan Fry in net for the Knights. And it looks like Aaron Harris for the Bandits.
Yeah, Aaron Harris is an athletic kid. He hasn't been playing goalie very long, but he's athletic, he's quick, he's mobile, he understands the game, and he's starting to really come along from the very first couple games to a very competent goalie right now. So I think he's been the difference maker in this second half. He's kind of really showing the Bandits that they got a chance to win the whole thing.
That's right. And one thing I would like to do is we do have to acknowledge Alicia Cummins, long-term Knights player for the entirety of the season. We'll say she's on long-term injury roster now.
Yeah.
So she's stepped away. She probably won't be joining us for the rest of the season, but we are being blessed with the presence of a Stephen Fatigue. And we'll see how he goes today, his first game of the season.
Well, I know him from over at the Wells Fargo League, the Wall League. He's a very intense player. He tries really hard, but like most of the other players in the novice, he's learning the game. So he might be that spark that they need. You never know when one player could come in and be that little spark plug that gets everybody else rolling. Plus, the fact that they've got a few of their key players out might actually give some other players a chance to step up and show what they've got. So you never know who could come in here and actually run the table and show the Bandits that this is going to be a game instead of a cakewalk.
Absolutely, and we have the referees blowing their whistles and saying, come on guys, let's play some hockey.
Well, that's what we pay them for.
Absolutely, and we'll take a moment to thank our primary sponsor at D-League Radio. Now in its third year of being the primary sponsor for D-League Radio, the Keg Stand, located at 3530 Westtown Parkway in West Des Moines. Over 90 beers on tap, a complete listing of the beers they feature on a beer menu, and just a great place to be. So thank you to them.
Absolutely.
And we have the face-off won by Let. That goes back to McKee in defense. She puck handles, tries to get it over to Fortney of the Knights. And Fortney, he picks his pocket, and he's got it up the left, and he's got two Knights. He passes it across, hits the skate rather than the stick of Let. That was a very good idea,
nice
good
try.
play. McKee falls over at center ice, and we've got Mavridis with a bit of poise, arguably too much when he's being pressured by Collins. And he's going to push it up the left wing, and the Knights are going to lock it into their zone. Oh, Let cuts in, a good cut, throws it up, a bit of a deflection, and maybe no trip, but he does fall over into the boards, looks to be okay. And the Knights still have pressure and possession behind the net now. It's a very strong start. Nick Reynolds.
Wow, using the body to keep the defender off of him. That's a great play.
It's a strong play, and it comes back to him. He puts it around to the net, and Let is going to have all the time in the world if he sits up and looks. As he does, loses the handle on it, and I believe that's Lopez for the Bandits. Is going to take it away and kind of stutter step, and then a very good pass up to Collins, who's going to take it out of the blue line, but he cannot beat Mavridis. Another good play. Fortney of the Knights trips over on the left wing, so Lopez is going to take it away, and then
here we go again.
Here we go. The Knights are going to bring it in. That left side again, up the left wing 3 times in a row. Oh, good pass across, and can't quite be connected by Let, but that was a very good idea. That was Mavridis coming up from defense and, jumping up for a moment. Very good idea.
Good play. Look at this is the first time the puck's been down in the Knights' end the whole time. We're almost 2 minutes in.
Yep, and Dan Frey says, I'm not going to freeze this. We're looking good. Let's keep playing.
Absolutely.
So the Bandits, they're going to reset. A bit of a stop, a bit of a slow down in the pace of play for a moment.
Yeah, both teams are changing right there. New bodies.
Yep. And the Bandits, amongst all of this, they keep it in. Oh, that's a high stick. And perhaps didn't know the rule, Fortney. Maybe didn't see the call where he had a lot of time to take that away. But it's going to be reset, no icing, because the shot was on net, and Harris steers it away. And now the Bandits bring it up. Roskilly, the leading goal scorer, he throws it off to the left, and he throws it into a vaguely offside Bandits player. Yeah. That was a close call, but...
A lot of good pressure by the Knights, starting out the game really hard and strong. Probably 3 or 4 shots on goal right there at the very beginning. So they're not taking this lightly and thinking they've lost. They're coming out strong and hard.
Right, and that third shot in particular, that was a good one. It kind of bobbled up and went over the top of the net, but I mean, stranger things can happen. The rebound can go on the net. So we got a face-off, and that does stay inside the zone for the Bandits. Rusevsky of the Knights is going to have a bit of time, but she's being pressured. Kept in by Roskilly, and he's got a good shot if he can cover it. He's got it on the backhand. He's going to try and bring it around. Backhand pass across. Tries to hit Buck, and he cannot connect with that, but he had a wide open half of the net. That was a very dangerous play there by the Bandits. And Rusevsky with a bit of speed up the left wing again for the Knights. Maybe 5 times in a row now.
There's Busby.
Yeah, but Busby a bit of maybe stumbling a bit.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Good look and a good pass, but cannot be handed by Rusevsky. That's going to be thrown over to the left wing, and the Bandits are going to have an in here. Busby is coming in looking for the pass. Good keep by Roskilly, throws it in, but McIntosh has got a lot of time behind the net here, and he's still got time. He can really walk it out here. The Knights are not spreading for him just yet.
Yeah.
They try that left wing again, and I think the Bandits are perhaps wise to it. Yeah, intercepted by Busby, and that's going to come across, and we have a moment to breathe. Kelly Houston throws it over to the left wing for the Bandits. They got a bit of possession here. They got some good plays. And there's no pressure. Throws it in. Shot block.
Play by there.
Yeah, and good play by Etna, but it comes out. We are not out of, and another block by the Knights. I'm not sure if Frey's seen more than one save yet. That's 2 blocks there for the Knights defenders. Good play. I believe that was McIntosh of the Knights.
They're clogging up the passing lanes. That's a really good, smart idea.
And some good, strong board play there by Etna, and that's going to come out barely.
And Ned Halston getting that puck out of the zone.
Yep, and that's what you got to do when you're being pressured defensively. So a good play by Annette. And then Rasevsky again up that left wing, tries to bring it inward and cannot. She's harassed by the Bandits. That was Kent Forbes. No icing.
Everybody changing.
And we've got big Tommy Hoffman coming up the right side. He's going to press a bit. And he does get some offensive pressure. I believe the puck is at their skates. And then McKee defensively behind the net, tries to throw it up the board, but a very good keep by Ghost there. He looks. He fans on the pass, though.
Yeah.
Way to look up, though. Way to take your time, realize you have the time, and try to hit that pass. And
we had Lopez coming right into the sweet spot.
Yep. Lopez, the second leading goal scorer for the Bandits. He's maybe wanting to beat out Roskilly. Harms defensively. But Ghost throws it towards the net. Oh, Hoffman couldn't quite get a deflection on it because he had a wide open half of the net there. And Fry is going to thank that. Hunter Lee throws it on net. Another block by the Knights. Hoffman and his teammate in Lopez kind of fight each other for it there, and that's safe. No offsides thrown towards the net. Lots of bodies in front. The Bandits have possession behind. McKee is going to beat Ghost. She tries to get it up the boards. There's one Knight, though, and there's 3 Bandits, so they're going to reset. Luke Vance, the captain, dumps it in behind the net again. McKee has a bit of time behind. She's being hassled by Ghost, and now Hoffman, they're going to come together. Bit of a mismatch in size.
Yes, David Goliath right there.
Oh, and it's a foot race, and Let may have been out there if he's got something. Some incidental contact, but nothing there, no penalty. And the Knights are going to ice that, and really after that, maybe a sustained 2.5 minutes of pressure in their forward end. You don't really mind that.
No. Bandits are getting back in their stride. You're starting to see them control the puck and control the front of the net, but the Knights are kind of tenacious down front. Their defensemen are stepping in front of shots. They're moving the puck around. They're keeping it, keeping Dan from taking too many easy shots in the middle, which is really good.
So Martin Lopez and Let for the Knights, they're going to face off. A bit of a win by Let to the side, but it's going to be collected by Collins of the Bandits. Mavridis defensively with time, throws it gently up the boards, and the Bandits are going to collect. That's Don Papian. Dangerous throw to the front, but there's no sticks there for the Bandits. So Martin Lopez is going to throw it around the back of the net. Fair bit of play around the boards here in the early part of the game. McKee defensively for the Knights. Oh, and it comes out now. Oh, no. That's a goal. And the Bandits are going to take the lead on what you would say is a very generous goal. Unfortunately, Fry perhaps didn't see the shot coming and didn't have time to go down, and it went straight past his skates, but he was in the right place. He was at the hash marks. He was waiting for that puck to come off the boards, and so it did, and he's thrown it in.
Well, Collins took that and just kind of spun around and shot.
Yep.
I don't think Fry anticipated the shot because his stick was off the ice, and I think that's one of those cardinal rules with the goalie, and it takes a long time to really get it, but he needs to get that stick down all times when the puck is anywhere close to the goal.
That's right, and also we will add that Craig Fraken was in the net for the Knights last week. I'm not sure if Fry's missed more than one game, so he's going to have to perhaps get back into the spin of it. But the Knights have a good shot up front here. 4 of the Bandits all in front of the net defensively. And now they've got a break. Etnai is going to have to hustle to get back, but we've got Collins again coming up the right wing. The Knights do get back, throwing on. And you can probably tell me what happened on that one. Didn't really square up to that, did he?
No, he almost kind of just like went, well, whatever, and caught it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little nonchalant there, but he just kind of gloved that one out of the air.
Yep. So confident in his glove side. We'll go with that, but that's a save there for Fry.
Yep.
And we're going to have a face-off here again in the Bandits' offensive zone. They're looking strong at the moment, and that play brought in by Collins up the right side was dangerous. A face-off win by the Bandits. Busby puts it forward. McIntosh of the Knights stumbling and hurriedly throws it to his teammate up the side. Oh, and he tries to cut in, but he's going to be pestered by Roskilly, and they pass it past him. Good play. Steinbronn coming up the front. He's up the right wing, and he's got Rasevsky on his left. If that comes across, but Busby, good positional play as she tumbles to the ice and seems to be okay. And Busby looks up, and he had time. Tried to hit his teammate in Roskilly. Oh, McIntosh, good commitment there. It would have been very easy to focus on standing up. No offsides called, but it's irrelevant now as Rasevsky takes it up. But she's in a bit of a square of Bandits here. She's going to have to do
a lot of banditos there.
That's right, 3 or 4 moves. Hits Busby again up the right wing, but it deflects off a stick, and it's going to come to McIntosh of the Knights defensively. Throws it up to Rasevsky. And Busby gets it again. He's probably had 3 chances
good
here.
pass.
And this time he goes, I'm going to pass it and let someone else do it. As he runs to the slot, he's looking for the pass. No deflection. McIntosh almost trying to save it for his own goalie there.
Yeah. Busby doing exactly what he should do, is pass that and then go straight to the net.
That's right. Steinbrunn of the Knights. Puck handles around. A bit lackadaisical there. But no harm, no foul as it eventually comes back to the Knights. Houston hurriedly backhands it, and it's almost picked off by Steinbrunn, and then Roskilly can't catch it, so it goes all the way back defensively to Etnaya. Etnaya throws it up the right boards. Oh, and Etnaya, good keep at the point. There's 3 Knights right on top of each other, and then Rusevsky all on her own in the slot. And I don't know if they see her. They try to throw it there eventually, but a good defensive play by the Bandits. I'm not sure if we'll have an icing here, though, as it's going to sit up. And Lopez, with all of the pace, he comes through. Good play. McIntosh didn't see him coming, but McIntosh eventually got possession of the puck. So good play for the Knights there. But some hustle there by Lopez.
Well, everybody took for granted that was icing.
And here's Hoffman at the left hash marks. Throws it on net. And I don't know how that went over the net, but it's not a goal. Good shot by Hoffman. Oh, he tries to tap it in. And they're going to get tangled up here. No whistle, and Lopez hacks a bit.
The first one went off the pads of Dan Fry. He did make a nice save there to begin with. And that was dangerous. He had it at the hash marks, which is where you don't want the opposing team to have it, and he was also able to walk it in. So. Yeah, Tommy had a lot of net to look at, but he was at a hard angle. That's a really hard one to get. Right, and as it stands, we're halfway through the first period. Still 1-0 to the Bandits, but with a bit of sustained pressure here. But the Knights without their solid plays as well. A backhand no-look pass by Mavridis, and then a block by Mavridis off of Lopez's shot from the point. And Mavridis of the Knights is going to take it up the right wing. Not much pace, and he just takes it to the center line and dumps it in. No icing. And Hunter Lee. And that's going to be no icing as well, because that was at center ice by Ghost, and then there's going to be a foot race, McKee and Ghost. And Ghost collects it behind the net. He's going to bring it around the side now. He's got Hoffman. Oh, he throws it to a very dangerous position. And Lopez couldn't quite get a stick on it, and it could have gone off McKee's skate. Anything could have happened there. Yeah. Dangerous looking pass. Ghost collects it again. He's got it right behind the net, tries to tuck it in, but Fry's got post position, so nothing doing there. Hunter Lee is going to have it from the right point, and he dumps it in. Luke Vance is circling around center ice. No real breakout opportunities. Oh, and then Lopez has time to collect it and tries to kind of hack at it. Can't quite go in. Oh, kept in by Luke Vance, though. Thrown towards the... Oh, that would have been sweet. That was a little backhand attempt from Tommy Hoffman. Almost a no-look backhand attempt. And I think he knew where the goal was, but he couldn't quite get enough on it. Well, that's hard to get. I mean, even a good player, a really good player, has a hard time getting that one. So Tommy, I think, was trying a little bit outside his normal box. If he would have got that one, I think it'd been hard to live with. Right. And he had the right idea as well, because again, half the when you're switching it across from side to side. If he would have caught it to turn to get right on the hand, he would have missed his window. So he really did make the one chance he had to really just get it in quickly. So perhaps Tommy Hoffman knows that this game is being recorded and wanted a bit of a highlight reel package. Yeah. His poster shot. So he'll have to try that again. And as he may have a chance, the Bandits keep possession. McKee defensively is going to try and throw it up those boards again. And then fortunate bounce. It's kept in at the point by Luke Vance. Good sound defensive play by him so far. And then Mavridis is going to try and hassle the Bandits, and another block doesn't let the pass through to the corridor. Hoffman is still there in the right corner. He's been there a fair bit lately. And we've got 4 Knights, really 5 Knights on top of each other, so there's all space at the point there for the Bandits. Hits it out to Hoffman. He's got time. Oh, very, very good pass. Look across to the Bandits, but no shot on goal. Went off the stick. Probably went right off the tape. Good look, good pass by Tommy Hoffman, but couldn't quite put it in. Yeah, one of the problems I think Lopez has down deep is he's a very small player. He's quick, he's fast, but he's short. So he doesn't always see those passes when they're coming. Yep. He's waiting. They materialize kind of right at his feet sometimes. So McKee's got time, but she's being hassled. Oh, and she splits the needle. Very good. Threads the needle, rather, and then hits Mavridis, who puts it over to the left. Fortney tries to hit 2 of his teammates and cannot, though. And good defensive play by Roskilly of the Bandits. Yep. He's going to dump it in. Oh, they're going to wave off that icing, and the Bandits will be happy with that. Etnai tries to puck handle it past, but instead passes it right to Roskilly. And then the Bandits have a bit of time. They're not being pressured behind the net here. Eventually they are pressured.
So the Knights are going to try and pike handle it out. Is that
Slow
Steinbron again?
breakout.
Steinbron, oh, very good pass though. Hits Reynolds. He's got 4
Oh,
on his
good
list.
move to
Oh,
the
he gets
inside.
3. This is going to be a golden opportunity.
Oh,
And he
Kelly
tries to
Houston.
put it across.
Kelly Houston with a nice poke check knocked that one away. Wow.
Yeah, they'll have a good view. Oh, another opportunity, but they would have had a really good view from the lounge there. Came across right in front, but couldn't quite get it back
nice
onto the
play.
forehand. Thrown on net by Steinbron. No one in front for the
with a
rebound.
really good keep in there, right on the line.
And, oh, they're going to clear that. It won't be an icing because that's kind of spinning and it's going to sit up. Foot race, and Etnire again gets back. He's playing a good defensive game. The last few games of the season, really, he's been particularly strong at the point. And he's going to have to hassle again, but Roskley, the leading goal scorer, is going to bring that in. Oh, he's going to put it forehand, and good save by Fry. Roskley's going to follow that up. There's 5 Knights between him and the goal, so he just throws it into the bodies. It skates off and then whizzes past Etnire, but not on goal. The Bandits are going to throw it towards the net again. Oh, good touch.
Oh!
All right,
Lee
that
Collins.
was... McIntosh had a bit of a defensive poke, but then Collins had 2 shot attempts and almost got it in. But Fry, positionally sound, and he's got another save to his name.
And he had a stick down ready to go. So, but yeah, McIntosh thought he was taking that puck with him, turned around, all of a sudden he left it laying there. And Lee Collins said thank you and got a really nice, easy shot on goal.
And to me, the story of the day is the Bandits have had sustained pressure, but the Knights have had a few genuine chances when they can get it down with speed to the other end of the ice. So this game is by no means over. 1-0 to the Bandits, but the score is staying there.
Oh, yeah.
Lopez again tries to throw it towards that dangerous spot in front of the net. They've got a very similar strategy. That is offsides.
Yeah, just barely.
Good attempt by Huston. And Busby resets, not being pressured by anyone, so Lopez says, I will pressure you, and tries to hit Rasevsky. They're going to say no icing on a... Yep, they're going to say no icing. And so the Bandits from behind their own net tries to put it up the board, and Etnire keeps it again, but he's got to watch out here. He's got a player behind him, the speedy Lopez.
Nice.
Oh.
He's
Steered away by
a stopper
Huston.
there on the corner.
Yeah, he's feeling, Etnire feeling very strong at the point for the Knights. And can he get it again? He does a bit of a backhand shovel and he keeps it in. And he's defensively accountable as well. He's trying to watch Lopez because he would know Lopez is quicker than him.
Yeah.
And McIntosh was back amongst all of that. So good communication by the defensive partners for the Knights. Oh, this is going to come out to Busby. Can he beat Fry? That's a clean play. You know, he tried to beat Fry to the puck, but Fry got there first. A bit of stick on glove, but nothing in it. Just a one-handed poke.
Yeah, Dan Fry did exactly what he needed to do was get out and cover that puck up.
And that's one of those, I mean, not quite 50-50, but almost 50-50 plays where you go, do I wait? Do I try to get out? And
Well,
he
then
made
that's
the right
the problem
call.
is if you start thinking about should I get it, you probably didn't waited too long. It's just really got to be that first gut instinct to take off.
Face-off win by the Knights. Oh, dangerous pass there by McKean. It's going to come off to Gross. Uses the point. Hunterley with a strong shot, and it whizzes past everyone. No one moves. And then we're going to have Halston. Annette Halston. Oh, it's coughed up, though. Shot on net. Unorthodox save, but a save nonetheless by Dan Fry.
Yeah, he made that look a lot harder than it had to be.
But that was Lopez, I believe, who picked off that pass from Halston.
Oh, yeah, he was on that thing. I think he was actually waiting for her to make that pass.
Yep.
He was quick.
And the Knights have been using the boards a lot, and they tried to go, yep, let's try and throw it across to the other side. And that's perhaps why you don't at every play, particularly in your defensive zone. Another face-off in the Knights zone. Dangerous for a moment there. McKee looks up and tries to throw it up the boards, but there's no one there, and it's going to skate past Luke. We've got Rich Harms coming up the left wing, but 2 Bandits and the goalie are going to beat him to the puck. Luke Vance tries to throw it across. Harms can't quite bat it out of the air. And then Lopez up the right wing is going to try and get it past Mavridis, who has control. Hoffman is now offside. And Mavridis of the Knights is going to try and hit Steinbron. He cannot. Oh, almost kept by Steinbron there. McKee has time, looks up, and couldn't quite hit. I believe that's a new player. Fatigue, yes. McKee jammed up against the boards by Ghost, but gets him past him. Hoffman of the Bandits has it on the left side, and then McKee's got it behind the net.
Oh, nice.
She knows, yep, good look. She knew not to throw it up the boards because Hoffman was waiting there, but there's no one at the point, unfortunately, for the Knights, so it's going to be kept in by the Bandits again, and Mavridis does a stick lift on Ghost, and he's going to try and run it up now. Ruskely keeps it in at the point. And it's, yeah, it is kept in, and then it's going to trickle out.
Mavridis using the body there with Hunter Lee, which is hard to do. He's a big boy.
And he felt it.
Yeah, he did. But he got it accomplished. He got that puck out of the zone.
No offside zone. Hoffman's got a golden opportunity here.
Ooh.
And a good stick by McKee. Steer to the side. Hoffman's going to try the wraparound, and McKee's there again. And eventually Fry is there to put a glove on it. A few good defensive plays there by Taylor McKee. And Hoffman with he tried to bring it in a bit closer and perhaps didn't see her sneaking up.
Well, him too. He's a big guy, big body, and he was using that to kind of screen her off, but she just kind of reached in there and poked it away.
Yep,
just enough.
Hoffman tries to put it across to his point man, who is not there, and Hunter Lee is not going to be able to. Oh, he can. No, he cannot keep that in. Nope. So they're going to have a delayed offsides. They're going to reset the Bandits, and McKee has it behind her own net. No one's moving. She's got the other side of the ice, but a dangerous pass that would be. Ghost is going to try the backhand. No, he brings it across to the forehand and is eventually pressured and then thrown on net, and that's wide by Hoffman. Oh, and we got another one of those almost buzzer beaters. Ghost was in the right place. Fry wasn't quite down, and he's shot it underneath him. I don't think it actually went in, and it would have been irrelevant had the buzzer gone anyway. Yeah,
and he backhanded it too. That was a nice attempt.
And as I mentioned earlier, Ghost really, he walked it in. He had the backhand, and he didn't want to use it. And when he tried to bring it to the forehand, he got it picked off him. So this time he said, I'm just going to try the backhand. And whoa, it almost went in, really.
It did. It was very close. It went under Fry and could have easily deflected off something and went in. Well, it would have been a buzzer beater. I'd hate to be the ref when you have to decide whether that was good or bad.
Absolutely. And, I mean,
we've got instant replay in a week or so.
Right. We'll let you know the verdict later. But a solid hockey game thus far.
1-0. I mean, that's a victory for the Knights right there. But they don't look a lot different than what they have in the past. They still are making really good rushes. They're making good defensive plays, so they're not letting the fact that some of their players, that more offensive players, aren't here. They're still getting something done. So people are stepping up. You're starting to hear the names, Reynolds and Fortney, and you're starting to hear, the defenseman Mavridis. Well, I think Mavridis is a winger, but he's back checking a lot. He's back there in the middle, he's blocking shots. He's moving the puck up. So. I think if they just keep their nose down and keep trying hard, they're going to possibly, at least give it a game out of this. This only 1-0. That's not a lead.
And I'm sure that's what they're saying right now. One goal is nothing. One goal can happen in any amount of time. Yep. So we are going to switch ends and reset for the second period here in what has turned into a pretty fascinating context. As I said, the Bandits with sustained pressure for a lot of the time, but the Knights not without their chances. 1-0 to the Bandits, and as we'll start the second period here. Puck drop, and it's won by Lopez of the Bandits as he springs forward, and Houston's going to try and hit Collins on the right, and that will be an icing. Yep. Mavridis perhaps could have reached for it if he really wanted to, but he said no. I'll take the icing.
Yeah, well, you get a face-off down in the other zone.
Yeah, McIntosh rather of the Knights in defense there, but yeah, they will be happy with this start to the game.
Houston was doing the exact right place. You bounce it off the boards, a little bit of a bad angle. Didn't quite go to her player, Lee Collins, who was going up the boards.
Oh, and a face-off win, shot on net, rebounds right there and cleared out by Houston. Good defensive play, good offensive play by the Knights. That's some good hockey, and it's going to be cleared out. And Collins is on the rush now. Defensively, though, the Knights are going to push it out to center ice. The Bandits gain possession, try to throw it up their left wing. Etnai's going to punch it back. Backhands it away. No icing as Houston is back there. She collects it. She's corralled by two Knights, but a very good pass over to Lopez now. And Lopez is going to have time if he passes it across to the right. Oh, instead he tries to bring it in, and he does the cardinal sin of puck handling, probably literally on the blue line there.
Yeah, somebody reached out and just made him alter his course just enough to where he had to kind of pull the puck back. Well, by then he had two wingers who were already going in. So.
Oh, well. Some good offensive play there by the Knights off of that face-off, but then Houston with the powerful clear from a very dangerous spot for the Bandits. And we're still 1-0. And we got the puck tied up here along the right boards, right wing for the Knights. McIntosh of the Knights is going to be beaten to the puck by Collins, who passes it across to his teammate. So the Bandits have the puck now, and they have possession as well. That's Don Papian. He throws it to a dangerous spot, but it kind of collects behind the net. Now McIntosh is going to have it again. He's going to bring it across to his forehand and try and put it across, but we're going to repeat. It's going to go over to Papian. He's going to try and throw it to the front. but Let was faster to it and blocks that.
Oh.
And then it's going to trickle out, and a bit of those, should I or shouldn't I go for the puck? And eventually the point man for the Bandits, Kent Forbes, says, I'm just going to dump it into the corner. And if he does keep a good keep by Forbes there, no offsides.
Nice pass by Collins.
Lopez across,
Whoa.
and almost a deflection off of McIntosh for the Knights into his own net, but
it didn't.
it goes wide. It was going wide regardless, but it definitely goes wide now. And now the Knights are going to bring it up the right wing. Good poke there.
Forbes, yeah, nice defensive play.
Yep, and he's going to try and jump up now, and he beats Etnaya, but now he's behind the net. Oh, Collins is all alone in front, eventually caught up to by the Knights. And Collins is still there, but he can't quite get the shot off. And that's going to come across. We got Don Papian now, who's at the point. A bit of a weird bounce off the boards.
Yeah.
And now the Knights are out.
Nothing.
Reynolds is tripped over, but maybe tripped over of his own accord, say the referees. But the Knights have an opportunity here. Left side. Oh, that's a goal. That's a goal. And the Knights have evened up the score here. Very good shot
Fortney
there.
with the score, nice.
Fortney and Aaron Harris perhaps with not enough to work with for the first half of the game.
Well, Fortney, he's got a lot of speed, but he's still kind of incomplete. When it comes to scoring.
Yep.
He was coming at it. I don't think Fortney knew what he was wanting to do yet. So, of course, Aaron Harris couldn't make an educated guess. Then all of a sudden, Fortney just locked and loaded and fired one right past him.
Was that glove side he went? I didn't quite catch it.
It was so fast, I didn't see it.
Yeah, and it bounced in the net and bounced out immediately.
Yeah, all I heard was thud, and it was bouncing around the back of the net. So kudos to him. He really disguised that shot right up until the end.
And it would have been very tempting to try and run it as quick as he could in, but he stopped with a bit of poise and tried to look for a spot. We'll give him credit for that anyway.
We'll give him credit. Whether he did it on purpose or not, we'll never know.
So we got a hockey game here, Kevin.
We do.
1-1, 16 minutes left in the second, and an icing by the Bandits, so the Knights are going to have it down in their offensive zone.
I'm still waiting to see the Bandits get kind of, upset and aggravated and start going hard. It almost looks like maybe they're being nice a little bit, and they might really learn to regret that if they keep doing it for too long.
Well, absolutely, and especially if the Knights keep getting a few runs down and a few opportunities off these offensive zone face-offers. Yep. That's kept my Mavridis. Waits for Busby to come, and it cannot be deflected. Oh, an opportunity there for Halston, but she couldn't quite get across to throw it into the net. And just like the flash, Aaron Harris was across. There was a real small window of opportunity there. We got a foot race. Busby is going to try and beat Mavridis. Mavridis turns on a dime and calmly as you would like hits Rasevsky, and now she's got all the time in the world and a teammate to her right. She brings it into the offensive zone. She brings it past, and then Luke Vance is going to throw it up the right sides, hits Busby. Busby's going to throw it across to his teammate for the Bandits. That's Erika Overton. And she's going to be hassled by McKee. McKee does stop the pass or the shot towards the goal. McKee and Overton now. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. McKee runs it into the center slot and eventually out. And Busby couldn't quite get a stick on it, but it's still there. Lays it shot. Busby's got the rebound. He's got an open. Oh. Frey had the post, but he didn't have the height, so if he could have elevated that, that would have been a certain goal, but he couldn't quite get it on net. Busby is still waiting pretty much all on his own, despite the yellow helmet, and a good keep there by Overton. So it's still in the Bandits' offensive zone, but they got two defenders here, and they've got a lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
Mavridis and McKee from behind their own net, somewhat hassled by Busby in a dangerous position.
Nice catch by Halston.
Good catch and way to take it out of the zone as well by Halston. And that may sit for Steinbronn if he can bring it across, but he instead chooses to poke it back. And then McKee is going to have to really try and hurry here because that's a dangerous position for Ghost to have possession of the puck. Eventually does clear the zone. Delayed offside for the Bandits. The Knights almost go without the puck, but they eventually grab it, kick it off the skate, and casually as you'd like, try to hit Halston and throw it a bit dangerously.
You do have to take the puck with you.
Yeah.
Well, you should anyway.
You can try and walk it if you want. I don't know how much success you'll have at that speed. But Mavridis with more speed than that is going to bring it up. Bit of a puck hand, a backhand look away pass. Almost hits Rasevsky, but it's intercepted by Busby, and Busby is going to bring it up strongly. He puts the body in front of the puck. That should be offsides, and it is offsides. That's unfortunate there because he had a real opportunity, Busby, bringing it from blue line to blue line in there.
Yeah. Busby's been having a very good year. If I'm not mistaken, he's tied for third with 6 goals for the Bandits. So he's having a really good year. He was on my team last year for the Jesters. And he's really getting the shine in this league and getting a chance out there to do a lot of good stuff.
And I would say similar to Etnaya perhaps, where he's had a few good defensive keeps and a few good defensive plays. Got a bit of a delay here as Jeff Fortner is going to want to jump off the ice. No too many men. That will not be icing as it's going to sit up, and it was by close to the red line anyway. Deflected across though by the Bandits, and now Etnai with a bit of speed is going to try and bring it up the left wing. Oh, and a very good keep by Lopez, and if Lopez can cut in, he's going to have an opportunity. He chooses to go around the net, no wraparound, looks for the pass across to his teammate in Hoffman and couldn't get it through. McIntosh stifles any chance of that for the Knights, but good play there by Lopez, some good hustle as well.
He's so fast.
That pass misses the mark by about 5 marks,
Yeah.
so the Knights are going to have some time.
How do you miss Tommy Hoffman?
And eventually that's going to be cleared out of the Knights' defensive zone, and Lopez is going to have some time. He comes all the way back and plays some defense for a moment, and then with speed brings it up, and he's got some time.
Nice
throws it
pass.
across. Very good pass. Fizzes it through. Tries to throw it on net. It deflects off the McIntosh defenseman, and Fry is down. I don't think he was trying to save that. Oh, great opportunity there. How did he get across to that? And he's going to eventually.
Whoa.
So we've had Hoffman who throws it right across the net.
Pappian was right there
Whew.
on the doorstep.
And he got the stick on it as well.
Fry shut it down. You know, that was a great play on everybody's part. Great pass, great attempt for the shot, and an awesome save.
Wow, that's some good goaltending, really.
That was
you got to
good.
give him credit for that. Wow, that's
Yeah.
a good play all around.
And that might get him sparked up. That might, one of those times, all of a sudden he just can't be stopped.
So, we're going to have Lopez in a bit of a foot race, but he gets way back.
Wow.
And
Nice.
the Knights, throws it across and no goal. That deflects off of the net. That's
The outside.
very dangerous. That was almost off of a Bandits. We see the net ripple and I get excited for a moment, but that's, of course, not in the goal.
Uh-oh.
Ghost has got some time, though. Throws it wide.
Oh.
And the rebound from behind the net, he'll tell us that he meant to do that, but that's stopped by Fry again. A few good saves in the last 5 minutes. Houston is going to try and keep it in for the Bandits, and she does. It comes across to Ghost. He's got a lot of time to bring it across to the forehand.
Dumps it in.
And then Hoffman, who's trying to screen the goalie, is now going to come across and try and keep the puck. Lopez cannot keep it in his zone, though, and so Let of the Knights is going to take it away. He's taking up the left side. We've got the Bandits back defensively, and Lopez with some good back checking. Deflected off a stick, perhaps, and goes high over the net. It's going to come across to Let again, and he can't quite handle it. Tries to backhand it in front of the net for the Knights, and he cannot. And the Knights have got some time here. Fortney couldn't quite put it on net, and that's going to be cleared out. Good defense by the Bandits, but a few opportunity for the Knights there as well. Couldn't quite make something happen there. 1-1.
Opportunities there.
Oh, and that's Reynolds couldn't quite corral the Bandits' defensive play. Very good catch there by Ghost. He's got it on the left wing. He's got Hoffman all alone in the slot. He's going to shoot. It comes across the pad. They haven't blown the whistle. They still haven't blown the whistle. This is live, and he threw that on net when Hoffman was perhaps there in a bit of a better position, but it almost worked out for him. No whistle as there was no glove, and that's going to be thrown towards the net. Eventually, the Knights are going to try and clear it out. But some good defensive play by Hoffman, and then Ruskely of the Bandits is going to throw it. Oh, no, what's happened here? Ghost is in front doing a good job of hassling and screening the goalie, and then it's kind of bounced across. Hoffman has it on the other side now. He's behind the net again. A good shift by him. Throws it across to Ruskely. Ruskely's got a shot, but there's about 10 players in front of the net. 10 somehow, I'll say. And then we're going to have Luke Vance, who's going to reset, say, let's calm down a bit, and then he's going to try and do it all on his own. And he falls over and...
Well, he's trying to get back on sides.
Good defensive play. I don't know if we'll have an icing. Oh, we are going to have an icing. I don't know how hard Hunter Lee was trying to get that. So
Well, they let it go.
we got the hand
Oh, we got
up.
a penalty.
Oh, a penalty. So we got a delayed penalty, and I don't think the Bandits know. They're not clearing out their goalie.
No, I don't think anybody understood.
We got a shot on goal by Roskely, and now we are going to have a penalty against the Knights. I've missed this entirely. I'm not sure what this is for.
A hook by somebody.
And
Nick Reynolds.
And it's one of those penalties where it happened so long ago they're having to grab someone off the bench.
Yeah, exactly. We might have to go back on the tape and see who did it or when.
Yeah. So a power play for the Bandits after having a few good chances where they've got it right in front of Fry and it's kind of sat in his crease for a moment. They may be able to capitalize on this.
Well, that could be the thing that really kind of shakes the Knights' tree and knocks them off of their, they got a good rhythm going.
So 2 minutes to kill here for the Knights and 2 minutes to score for the Bandits. Let's see what they can do. Collins is going to bring it up the right side. He tries to hit Overton. McKee is going to have time, and she throws it out of the zone. And that should be, no, it's not out. Kept by Vance. Good keep. So the Bandits have time. Oh, no, no, no. Baubles the glove save, does Fry. It sits in front, but I think a defensive player eventually gets it out, and that was Overton right there. Rasevsky with a good defensive play.
Exactly, yeah.
Bailing Fry out in a sense, but he's earned that. He's had a few good saves.
Well, he stopped it, and it just went right out front. And she hustled, got that puck out of the zone. Woo, that was a good turn. You know, the Knights need a really good stand here to keep the momentum going.
And they will love this icing because, of course, the clock keeps running. Yep. So you kill about 25 seconds as they bring it all the way down, and then it's at the other end of the ice. They do need to remember, of course, that they're on the kill and not get too excited. And it looks like they're keeping defensively sound position. McKee's back checking already as Collins of the Bandits with Lopez with a lot of speed tries to hit him.
That's off.
He cannot quite collect it, though, and perhaps wouldn't have been in possession of it regardless. And now Mavridis brings it up. He's got it on the backhand, forehand, brings it across. Almost a bit of an accidental toe drag, and he can't get the shot off. And then the Knights are going to have to get back. Passed across. That's Papian of the Bandits. Can't collect the puck, though, but he's got time. He throws it in front. There's no icing because he was across the center line, but McKee's going to have time. There's 15 seconds left on the penalty here. Oh, dangerously brings it across, but eventually gets it off to the points for the Bandits. Going to have Mavridis of the Knights defensively is going to get there. And we got 3, 2, 1 seconds left on the penalty, and now we're even strength. So that's a kill for the Knights, and they'll take a bit of...
If he passes it up. He's not looking at
Steinbron. Oh, that's unfortunate. Steinbron with some good puck handling to get it out of the zone. Couldn't quite hit his teammate, though. And that was Reynolds who couldn't collect it on the kind of backhand in between my skates. Where am I meant to take this pass? There are 3 Bandits all in the same place here, and they managed to lock it in, and then Ruskely throws it very wide. That didn't come across how he wanted it to. So McIntosh of the Knights.
There's only 4. Okay, there's the 5th Knight coming out.
Okay.
They're still on the penalty kill in their head, I guess.
And I'm not sure who that was, but I saw a Knights player sit on the boards and count and then decide not to jump on. So way to go, way to check that before you give away a too-many man.
You actually have a hockey player that can count to 5, so that's pretty good.
Bravo, bravo. We got one of the refs who's taken a bit of a rest over on the other side of the ice, just hanging out.
Yeah, Cody's been here all day, I think.
Justified.
He's probably worn out, but he's a youngin'. He should be able to do that.
Rich Harms brings it in. Does get it past Ruskley. It's going to come across to Lett and Harms, and then Busby, who's got, a lot of ice ahead of him. If he can get past Etnai here, he's got an opportunity. And now he's got 2 teammates across. He looks for the pass, bit of a drag back, tries to throw it towards the net, but that's intercepted by Lett of the Knights. And then that's off, still off. Oh, Etnai didn't know how much time he had, and he may have iced it here. Nope, that's going to sit up. So the Bandits are going to reset. That's Kent Forbes. Tries to hit Ruskley. Hassled by the Knights. Oh, Lett can't quite keep it in, and now we're going to have Busby again. Busby and Overton coming in across. Etnai hassling them again. Throwing wide of the net. Good save there by Fry. Good position, and he steers to the side, but he's going to want to watch his other post as it's thrown across. There's a pass opportunity. Ruskley with that dangerous shot. Couldn't quite get a shot off.
Whip. He just whipped out.
Yep, as I said. And that one, I don't know if it ever get through to Fry. And then the Bandits are going to come through again. Oh, that's thrown on net. Another save by Fry. He's having a good game so far, that 1 goal not standing. So 1-1, and we're having a bit of pressure here by the Bandits. Overton does a good job to throw it to a dangerous spot, but Etnai shovels it out. And then Busby, he's moving his feet, so he gets right past Harms. And then the Knights are going to try and throw it up across the boards. Kept in at the point, though. Oh, it comes across to a very dangerous position for Overton. Busby is right in front. Overton again shoots it wide, but it's still in there. It's still in there, they'll say. And we've got the newbie he's got a bit of time to work here. We've got Fatigue for the Knights, and he looks up. He's probably looking for a pass at this stage, and he does. He hits Lett. Lett wasn't quite ready for it, though, and then it comes across to the Bandits. We've got Jeff Fortner, who's going to bring it up the left side. Looks around, bit of a cute move there, but Etnai steers it away.
Did you say cute?
Yeah, I did.
You said cute.
I did. I'll give him that. Okay. And then Some good hustle again by Lopez. I'm going to be saying that all game. At the point, he keeps it in. We got Hunter Lee here, throws it on net. That could have gone anywhere, and it deflects wide, and then it's thrown on net. That's a goal! A very acute angle, and who do we have here? We've got Jeff Ghost Fortner with his goal.
Get that, really?
I believe he got that. He had a wide angle. He threw it on, maybe went off a pad and just sat across the line, and you can still see the puck.
Well, I saw it just creep across. It was so slow.
And look, if he didn't get the goal, he was instrumental in the goal regardless. So good play by Jeff Fortner, and we'll see who officially gets the credit.
But a really mean wrist shot by Hunter Lee from the point got that whole thing started. That thing had some heat on it. So it got started. Good team effort by the Bandits there to get that lead. Now 2-1.
Yep, carrying the momentum from their power play, and so the Knights are going to try and respond here. Some good positioning, but steered across.
Yeah.
Good defensive play.
Very good defense. Lopez is outweighed by Reynolds, but he kept that body and made Reynolds go wide out and didn't give him a chance.
Yeah. I was going to ask, what position is Lopez playing? Because he's been all over the ice. He's been absolutely everywhere. Oh, sits in a dangerous spot. Steinbrunn, if it settles for him, could throw it on net, but he cannot. And then we've got the goal scorer, I believe, Jeff Fortner. He's going to bring it up one-handed with pace. Mavridis is going to try and steer it wide. And it does go wide.
Yeah, Dan's got to learn to leave those alone. When they're going that wide, let them go. He's wanting to reach out and grab them.
Hoffman passes it across. That's Lopez behind the net, who hits it back to Hoffman. Comes out to the point for Luke Vance. That sits. Backhand throw again by Jeff Fortner, but a good save by Fry. He's looking for two now. At the moment, he's holding the leading goal, the second goal for the Bandits, and it's 2-1 to the Bandits with 1 minute. That's going to be a delayed offside. A good play by Hunter Lee and Lopez combining for some defensive pressure. Tries to hit Jeff Ghost Fortner, and McKee gets it past him. And then we got Luke Vance and two other Bandits all in one spot, and they're going to just throw it forward. They're going to be happy to take this lead into this last period of the game, should they be able to.
Well, they better not rest on it too much. Right here's a chance. Oh,
Mavridis, can he do it? Oh, it's going to sit. It's going to sit. Steinbrunn cannot get a shot off, though. And then we're going to have an icing, but by the time it comes back, we'll have maybe 10 seconds, if that, left. Good play by Mavridis, just puck handling, looking for the pass.
And he went across and went to his backhand, and he gave himself so little options.
Yeah.
He should have fired before he went onto the backhand. I think he had a lot of net to shoot at.
Yeah.
Because one thing about it, Aaron's got really big pads, but his upper body, he's not as big. He's more of a smaller stature guy. He doesn't carry those big shoulders up, so he doesn't cover a lot of the upper net.
Oh, and maybe some tactical play here by the Bandits. Oh, I'm sorry it took me so long to get out there.
Oh, yeah, I didn't mean to.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter regardless, as it's immediately cleared out by the Bandits. But you don't mind those plays every once in a while. I'm not sure if that was on purpose.
Great play, and after 2 periods, I'm starting to kind of wonder. I might have to start believing in Ghost. He's doing a great job.
He's had a very good game. He has been catching the puck, the stretch passes, if you will. I won't say he's cherry picking because he's working all ends of the ice, but he's been catching it and bringing it across the line and looking dangerous with 1 goal and almost 2 for the game.
Yeah, and he's playing great positioning, so he's learning the game. He's been over at the Wall League playing here with the Bandits. So he's starting to understand the game, where he's supposed to be when he needs to be. So and that's why he's getting opportunities. So. Yeah,
and just to keep the spotlight on him for a moment, which I'm sure he won't mind. I played a few scrimmages with him when he was more or less first starting, and as we all are, shaky on the skates, and it's crazy to see how far he's come. He's looking dangerous, authentically so, and creating his own chances as well. So a good game so far. 2-1 to the Bandits, but I mean it could really go either way here.
Absolutely.
So we'll take this moment as both of the coaches, Pete Van Houweling for the Bandits and John Reichart for the Knights, have the complete attention of their teams, gesturing wildly, and the refs are going to say, can we please play some hockey? But I'll take a moment to thank our additional sponsors. We've got So Cherry Screen Printing and Sewing, your short-run garment decorating specialists, the official outfitter of the CIDL, and custom jerseys for any sport, any amount. Think of something crazy, I'm sure they can handle it. I know for a fact they can, in fact. So check them out on socherry.com. And then Red Dragon Herbs, custom blended tea, loose leaf herbal teas from around the world. And they're now being served at 1882 Coffee Co. in Bondurant. So that's a bit bit of excitement for them, and just some good tea and good people in general. So be sure to check them out. RedDragonHerbs.net as we start the third period. 18 minutes of hockey left, stoppage time notwithstanding, and we'll have to see how this goes.
Well, one period to rule them all. You know, this could go either way.
And we got some neutral zone tennis for a moment, and then Atnaya with a lot of calm, looked like he was passing it to Let, but couldn't quite hit him, and then they're going to say no icing. The Bandits, is that Roskali back in defense?
That was Forbes, I think.
Oh, that was Forbes. Good play.
Yeah. And you can see a lot of aggressive floor checking with the Knights. They're really going after this.
And that's a good keep at the point, thrown towards the net, but we've got 2 Bandits, a goalie, and no Knights whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then Atnaya, first time in the game, he doesn't keep it at the point. And he's going to get back eventually.
Talking up too much, I think.
Oh, and here we go, a dangerous opportunity here. He's got Collins on his right. He's going to throw it across to the forehand, but he's harassed by 2.
Yeah.
And then a bit of a stick tap as well, but that's clean hockey.
Yeah, Pappy's been playing a little while. He saw something there, and he got closed in by 2 very big defensemen.
So good defensive play all around to start the third period. It's going to come across to Atnaya, and he will stop this one. Good pass across to Rasevsky, and she's got some open ice if she can skate, and then 2 teammates up to her right. Instead, it's kind of thrown forward, and that's Forbes for the Bandits. And then, the Bandits, they sit, very good play at the point there. You wait for them to get forward, and then you throw it to the dangerous spot, as they do eventually. Ooh. Wow, Roskali was right there looking for that, as Atnaya, I believe, gently threw it out from the slot. But, if he can, if Harston could keep that. Yeah, some aggressive hockey there.
Like I said, they're floor checking. They're really aggressive down the other end. They're trying to get those turnovers, and that's the way you score.
So, hits Busby. Both players take a moment to realize the puck's coming to them, and then Busby beats Rasevsky in the foot race. Brings it in very far. It's probably still sitting there.
Good save.
It goes through. Good save by Fry. He kept that away from the dangerous spot as well with a bit of blocker along the ice save. Thrown on net, another save. Good shot by Lopez, but saved by Fry. Good positioning, good save. And good rebound control. Again, steers it behind the net. Kept in by Luke Vance, the captain for the Bandits. Throws it, and how did that go wide?
No one seemed to see it go wide either.
That was a good opportunity there by Vance. Busby is going to have an opportunity again. Throws it. Lopez cannot connect on it. He's everywhere at the moment, and it comes across to, you guessed it, Vance at the point again. He keeps it in. Dumps it in. Atnaya is going to look up. He had a bit of time, but instead he will pass it right out to Vance. Oh, this is dangerous if Busby can collect it. Good shot and good pad save by Dan Fry. Wow, what a save there. He got across. Busby, I could see it from here. Perfect angle. He almost put it on the post. A perfect shot, but Fry was there.
Yeah.
And that's going to eventually come out. Some cheering from the Knights defense. Very appreciative of Dan Fry right now, as he's more or less bailed them out
a few
times
that could have been
this
a goal.
game.
Very easy been a goal.
But Busby's not done yet. He's going to try and bring it up the right side. Hit it across to Lopez. Here's we've got Ghost. Ghost on the left side. Oh, it's sitting there. It's still there. Boom. No whistle, no glove. It's going to be
pandemonium.
What do we have? How did that not go in? 3 of the Bandits all hacking at it. 3 of the Knights desperately trying to get it out, and the Knights win eventually. Wow. It's kept in their zone
there
though.
There goes Busby again.
We got Busby. Throws it out to Vance, who catches it on the backhand, skates it in, but Steinbronn steers that aside. And we've got Stephen Fatigue with some good defensive play, some good back checking for the Knights. And then we're going to have a foot race, but Luke Vance is going to win that handily. He's going to throw it across to Hunter Lee, his defensive countermate. What's happened? Steinbronn.
Wow.
Good stick there, good hand-eye coordination, and it went straight for the goal.
He jumped that pass by Hunter Lee. Hunter's had a great game. I think that's one of the first things I've seen him to where he maybe made a bad decision there. That was a great jump by by Steinbronn to get in there. Almost got him, but Aaron was ready for it. Aaron Harris was really ready.
That's
backhand and out.
Backhand and out.
Souvenir for a lucky fan.
And
is that?
We do not have that. We do not have delay of game because we're not NHL players. Just like we have the hat trick rule, among other things. But
we got all these cool jerseys in our own radio station.
Shot on net by Reynolds. And yeah, we're pretty close, but no delay of game.
In our own mind. How about that?
I'll give you that. Rich Harms is being pressured by 2 Bandits, and the Bandits win 2 against 1. Foot race here. We got Ghost, who's harassing McKee. McKee's going to bring it across to a dangerous position, though, and then eventually puts it wide, but Ghost is going to win the puck eventually, and then McKee clears it. Some good one-on-one hockey there. Ghost and Tommy Hoffman are going to try and get back onside, and they do. Steinbronn's bringing it up the right, passes it across to Harms. Harms has got a teammate.
Oh, right back. Oh, good try.
Just missed, though, and Roskilly too. And we've got Ghost. Jeff Fortner again brings it up the left side.
Believe in Ghost.
Beats McKee with speed. Good shot
good
on
save.
net. Holds Frey accountable there, says, are you hugging that post, mate? And he was, so a good save by Frey there.
That had some heat on it. What's going on here?
I would say as someone else, you know, we got a bit of a ringer wearing Ghost's jersey, but he's very identifiable.
Yeah, he's got this flowing hair going out.
He's having a great game so far. And they're going to try and hit him again, but that will, that's going to be icing.
Yeah, that was a hard pass. That would have been, I mean, it was just kind of like a few inches off the ice when he got to Ghost.
Yep. So we take a moment to breathe. An exciting third period so far.
2-1 Bandits. 12 minutes to go. Wow.
And again, to provide some context, the Bandits coming across a top-of-the-table clash where they won.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're going, okay, we'll take a fourth-place team. That sounds good. And they are really being pressured here by the Knights. It's going to come down to the wire, it looks like. As the Knights win the face-off, Mavridis throws it towards the net, but some good defensive play by Ruskowski. Back to Mavridis, and now it's going to come out. We've got 3 Bandits and 2 Knights if they can get this, if Collins can correct it. And then she's hassled by McKee. Good shot on goal by Collins, and a glove save by Dan Fry.
Wow.
He's looking very good today.
That was an awesome save. Like I said, I think earlier when he was making those saves made him really feel like this was his day. And he's still staying in the game and keeping the Knights in it.
And that's not one of those ones where he's holding the glove up and they happen to shoot it in. That was
exactly.
Solid save, glove work there by Dan Fry. Keeping the Knights in this game 2-1. Face-off win by Let of the Knights. Back to Mavridis defensively. He's got Hulston up the right side for the Knights, but that's going to be cut off by the Bandits. And we're going to reset from behind the net.
He better hurry.
Oh, puck handles dangerously and gets it past 2 Bandits, and he's going to come out with it. It's got, but it's kept in by Roskilly. And then we've got Annette Hulston who's going to bring it up the side. 3 Knights.
Look at her go.
Coming with her, and a good backhand pass across. She's going to go to the slot. Let of the Knights is going to have it behind, but it's going to be taken by Roskilly of the Bandits. Good defensive play, good presence, and it's kept in. The Knights still have it here, and they've got Hulston in front. They're going to throw this on net. That was going wide, and it deflected off a blocked shot and almost went in. Good save by Harris.
Well, yeah, Harris had to adjust to that. It went right off Fortney and it was going to go wide.
Very
wide.
wide.
Also was back right out on course, and Harris made a really nice adjustment there.
Oh.
Man, who would have thought?
10 minutes left, and
you know, regardless of what happens after this point, the Knights have had, should be very proud of the way they played today. Win, lose, draw, whatever happens, it's a really good victory, just for what they've done so far.
And I would like, having watched all of the Knights games this year, I'll acknowledge that they are passing perhaps more than they've ever passed in a game. They're looking for open teammates. And as I say all of this, Lopez has a genuine breakaway. He's all on his own. Etnai and McIntosh, he throws it. Oh, he gets the rebound. It goes wide. Etnai was there. It's going to come across to Overton. Busby's got an open net blocked on the skate by a nice player. Oh, my. Fry needs to get up and turn around because this isn't over. Hunterley throws it in. Dangerous bounce. Overton's got time. Put the glove on it, Fry. How is this still going? Luke Vance from the point deflects off another stick. And then Steinbronn is going to try and clear it out.
Back.
Kept by Luke Vance, thrown just as dangerously. Etnaya backhands this away. Busby looks up, throws it on net, blocked by Etnaya. That's going to be out. Wow. That was
amazing.
That was a string of good plays from both teams. Solid defensive play, but good positioning by the Bandits.
Holy cow.
I acknowledge they didn't get the goal, but you wonder there are about 4 different ways it could have happened.
Yeah.
Whew. So, 9 minutes left in this third period. 2-1 to the Bandits, and this game is heating up. Good stop there by Etnaya. Ghost is looking for his second, but he cannot keep that in. And then we've got the rookie, Fatigue. He throws it across. Very good pass to Steinbronn. Thrown on net, goes wide. And the Knights have it pressed into their offensive zone, but the strong Busby, the strong puck handling at least. The buzz. And then Ghost gets it past the very good at keeping it at the point, Etnaya, so good play by him to get it through. But now we've got the rookie again. He's all on his own, and he can't quite get it, but the pass across this time, Brian again thrown on net. And Fatigue, he had 2 I mean, whether the second one was on purpose or not is irrelevant. He had 2 passes across to Steinbronn that could have resulted in his first career point and an even game.
Well, Steve, much like a lot of the other players in this novice league, is still learning to skate. So he has some problems sometimes, but he's very tenacious trying to keep the puck in. He doesn't let him stop him from getting into the play and mixing it up.
So 8 minutes left in the game. Comes out to the point, and that's McKee. Throws it on net, deflected. We got an opportunity here for Rusevsky and couldn't quite get a shot off, and Luke Vance got back there eventually to close the door. Wow. Icing. Let's do that again.
Yeah.
And no, I mean, that was a very, they dropped the puck at 8 minutes and we're 7.5 minutes, so they're just going to have another opportunity, not losing too much time. But the icings, nonetheless, are going to be trickling the clock away.
All in the Bandits' favor. But I guarantee you, before this game, the Bandits never thought it would be 2-1 with 7 minutes to go.
And you would have to say, the way the Knights have been playing, they always saw it was a possibility.
Yeah.
So good on them for having faith. And then, if Hoffman can get out, he's going to have some space, and he's got Ghost streaming up center ice. Ghost is going to wait to avoid going offside. Thrown on net.
Good save.
Dangerous rebound. Oh, McKee does get it out eventually. Good defensive play. Hit Reynolds, her teammate, at first. And now it's going to be taken out. Here's Mavridis. Good pass across the let. He's got Reynolds up the right wing. Mavridis following at center ice. Brings it across. Defensive play by Houston. Oh, no, we don't like to see that.
Well, he's jumping right back up.
Yeah, he's almost up. I hope there's not a limp. And at the other end of the ice, we got another foot racer, one-on-one. McKeon goes, good keep by Ghost, but he falls to his knees, and it's eventually going to come out. It looks like that Knights player is okay. Was that Let of the Knights?
Yeah, that
was
was
this
Let.
Let right now, throwing it on goal.
Nice
Steered aside by Harris. Harris looking strong in defense.
Yeah.
And then Mavridis is going to have time at center ice. He's going to be somewhat pressured. It's going to come across to Rusevsky. She's got time if she can collect this. But instead, Hoffman gets back. It comes out to her. There's no one in front of the net, though, for the Knights. So Aaron has had clean view of that. 6 minutes left in the third, and a very good game so far.
Yeah, Knights just have to keep the pressure on. Don't give up.
Let throws it across. Reynolds can't quite collect it, but it's going to be deep in their zone now, and it's going to come out to Ghost and McKee. Ghost has got time, and he knows he has time, so he doesn't throw it away. Good play. And then Roskally of the Bandits is going to collect it, try and throw it up the boards. The referee puts his hands up and says, please don't hurt me.
Oh.
And then Ghost, again,
Well,
he's
stealing the
onside,
puck.
just onside. Good way to straddle that line, and he's going to bring it across. He's going to look for the pass here, perhaps. Almost goes for a fancier off the boards pass. But it does eventually come out to a Bandit thrown. Oh, he's got the opportunity here. Tries to bring it to the forehand, but hassled by, is that the back-checking Rusevsky of the night? Good play. Ghost, he got that across really quickly to the forehand as well. He would have had a shot on goal and perhaps his second goal of the game. Onsides for the Knights, but just. Rusevsky tries to bring it in and she cannot. And then McKee is going to have to be careful here because it's just her. Oh, and almost taken away by the Bandits, and it's going to be dumped in by Roskally, and then this is going to be taken by Mavridis, or at least they need to communicate about who's going to take it.
Yeah, the Bandits are changing. All 5 changes, so fresh legs out there for the Bandits.
Yep, McKee jumps off the ice. Defensive counterpart in Mavridis isn't quite off yet.
Oh, good try.
Because he's hit Steinbronn with a pass. Mavridis still has it, so an unconventional defensive pairing here. Oh, and Lopez with speed brings it across the right. He brings it into center ice at the hash marks. Fakes the shot. Saved by Fry. Tried something a bit fancy there with the fake shot, puck handling over the puck, and then
Fry is having the best day of his year, I think. Of the games I've seen, I think he's having his best game.
Oh, and he'll want that first goal back because he's made at least 15 saves better than the one that scored off of that first goal. He's having a strong game, though, and he's had a few opportunities now, has Lopez.
Yes. Well, I think Fry believes in himself right now. He's in the zone.
So, Luke Vance is at the point for the Bandits. They're trying to trap it in, and 4 minutes left in the third period. Comes out to a dangerous Lopez, throws it on net. Oh, my. Deflected by Etnayer on McIntosh. It comes out. Collins cannot catch it for the Bandits, though, and Rich Humps throws it to the side, but then Lopez is going to collect it. Hurriedly throws it on net. Oh, it's right there for Collins if he can get across to it. But Etnayer beats him to it. Comes out to Lopez again. Blocked shot. Backhand shot by Lopez. Going to come out to the point here. Hunter Lee for the Bandits. Waits. Throws it into Lopez's ankle. And then the Knights.
I'm sure he appreciates it.
I'm sure he does. McIntosh tries to put it out, but Lopez collects it again. A very good shift from him thus far. And good play by Steinbronn. He just wants to relieve that pressure, and he's going to throw it out. Luke Vance
Bandits
is
wasted about 45
Oh.
seconds down there.
Yep. And Luke Vance right at the red line, so no icing on there. And he's going to collect it again on the backhand. Throws it on net. Oh, no. That deflected off Etnire, and Fry still got the save. Oh, and almost collected by Collins. That was a good pass over by Overton. Thrown on net with power by Hunter Lee. And this is going to come out to the Knights. They got a bit of time, but they got 3 of the Bandits circling in on Halston, so they're going to keep it in. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in this third.
not
Harms is
Hunter.
trying to make a change to Hunter is all alone. Whizzes past the net. And that is kept again by Vance. He's had about 4 of those in a row now. Some good hustle keeps. Backhand pass over by Lopez.
2.5 minutes.
Oh, Collins is inches away from a goal a number of times now. He's in the right place. Hunter Lee is going to try and get a pass, but Fortney is out, and he's got a very speedy Reynolds to his right. He tries to hit him, but a bit too perpendicular there, and that cannot be taken by Reynolds. So the Bandits are going to ice it. And we're going to have stop clock in about 12 seconds. Yes.
Wow.
Whew. What do you make of this? What's your guess for how this pans out?
It could very easily end up in a tie. I doubt it's going to be a Knights victory simply because they got 2 minutes to score 2 goals for that. But they can tie this up. They just need to be tenacious. They need to lean on the offensive side. Going to have to give up a little bit on the defensive side.
So face-off win by the Knights. Oh, the defensive partners do not talk, and so the Bandits are going to come away with it. You hate to see that. That's unfortunate. Ruskely, oh, that's offside.
Empty netter, too.
No offside.
Holy cow.
Okay. And that'll be the game. That's Ruskely from the right side. I was mistaken in thinking Hoffman was out offside, but he must have just kept escape by, and that's going to be 3-1 to the Bandits. 1 minute 46 left, and what do you say?
Well, Reichart gambled, pulled the goalie out pretty early, and it was just, they turned it over. The blue line turnover was just really unfortunate. It happens. No, you take it. No, you take it. And all of a sudden, the Bandits said, well, we'll take it. And it turned into a really nice upper shelf goal for Roskilly. That's all.
All right. So we still got stoppage time, so, I mean, anything can happen at this stage. But Fry is back in the net, so it's even strength, 5-on-5 hockey, 3-1 to the Bandits. And let's see if that score remains the same. Face-off win by Let of the Knights as we draw to the close of a very exciting hockey game. Fortney of the Knights is going to throw it in, but it's going to be just as soon iced down. We're still using stoppage time, so 1 minute 19 left.
Yeah, I would pull the goalie right here.
Yeah. Yep, and Reichart waves at him, and Fry says, yeah, I'll leave.
Yeah, you got a minute 19. You got to face off down in the opponent's zone. Go ahead and take that chance to get one of those 2 goals you need to tie it up.
So everything has to go right here, but there's a face-off win across.
Forbes really kind of tied up Reynolds, and he didn't get a shot off.
And now Reynolds and Forbes. Ooh. Oh, there's nothing in that. That's a bit incidental.
Yeah.
You don't mind that. We're playing hockey after all. Oh, but Reynolds really wants that goal, and he's getting a bit physical now with Roskilly.
And Hoffman.
And that's going to come across, and it's just McKee in an empty net, and she misses the backhand and then gets the forehand. Whoa, that would have been nightmare material.
On that.
Absolutely. 49 seconds left, though, so time is really expiring here. We got 6 Knights against 5 of the Bandits, and then Steinbrom with some good puck handling, but good defensive play.
Forbes again
For the Bandits, and then they got the empty net. McKee's going to try and play goalie for a second. She's going to need to get across, though. No. Good effort, but a goal. And that's going to be 4-1. And I imagine the score is going to remain there without the pulled goalie to start the remaining 27 seconds of the third period. The scoreline not at all reflective of how tight a contest this has been.
Yeah, you can't take anything away from the Knights' performance in this. Until, really a couple minutes ago, this game was tight and really close.
And they still got the empty net because they want to get 3 goals in 20 seconds. So credit to them.
Reichart's a big dreamer. Sometimes he might get it.
And
I think it's going to end 4-1.
10 seconds. Time trickling away. 4-1 looks like the scoreline. It's going to be thrown in, and if he freezes here, and he doesn't freeze because we'll let time expire. Houston is going to finish with it behind the net. Passes it along the boards, and that is game. 4-1 to the Bandits, emerging victorious, but they had to fight for it.
Well, 2.5 periods, this was anybody's contest. The last half, it really kind of became the Bandits kind of showed they were the better team, the better record, and a little more confidence maybe.
Well, yeah, I'm almost breathless because they were, particularly the last 15 minutes of that game, it was just strong passages of play from both teams. And Fry really kept him in the game. At the end there, he had about 5 saves in a row, which if a goal had been scored on him, you would have said, well, yeah, they had him out of position, and he found his way across the 2 empty netters at the end to extend that margin. And the Bandits win, and they remain atop of the ladder.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a lot of wild goose that were really hoping this was going to be pulled out into at least a tie for the Knights and keep a point off the board for the Bandits. But great play by both teams. It was an exciting game and definitely not what we would have expected.
Yep. So I've got the scoring summary here, and we've got Collins with the first goal for the Bandits, assisted by Papian, and then we've got Fortney responding back for the Knights, assisted by Nick Reynolds, and then Jeffrey Fortner, as it's read here, gets a goal, and a very important goal, and what emerges as the game-winning goal in the end, assisted by Hunter Lee, but that was a good shot by him to get that goal. And then we've got Sean Ruskley and Ken Busby to finish off with the empty nets for the Bandits at 16-14 and 17-32 when the game was winding down. Just a great game of hockey all around. I mean, I'm smiling because it's one of those games where both teams are just going to, I think they're leaving on good terms. There was no, niggling. There was no aggressive play. It was just good hockey.
You could have easily seen a blowout coming. 8-0, 8-1, to where the Knights leave really just disheartened and just very unhappy. I think the Knights can leave the ice with their heads raised because they actually performed really well. And without 2 of their offensive players, being Brian Matherd and Jason Weber,
yeah,
they did a great showing, I think. And I think kind of what we were expressing earlier, a few players really stepped it up when there was that gap left by some of the better players. So I don't think they should definitely leave with their head held high and come back hard next week.
Yeah, and you would have to. Sometimes when you have 2 of the stronger players or even 3 of the stronger players, everyone goes, well, I got to step up now, as you said. And they did, and they worked as a team.
Yeah, it's easy sometimes when that happens to go, oh, no, we've lost. There's no way we're going to. And the Knights didn't do that. They came out really hard. The first 45 seconds to a minute was spent in the Bandit zone in front of their own net, trying their hardest to keep it from being a score. So the Knights never really kind of came out half-hearted. They came out full speed and went after it, and kudos to them. They had a good moral victory, and the Bandits, to their credit, shut the door, got a couple extra goals, and kept it from becoming an upset.
And if I personally had to cite what the difference between the 2 games was, or the 2 teams rather, was the Bandits with just strong shots on goal, which were creating those rebound opportunities, and you can only do so much as a goalie and as defenders to try and clear them out. Eventually, one's going to either trickle through or have a chance to be shot in, and that was the way the game ended with the game-winning goal from Jeffrey Ghost Fortner.
Yeah. Well, the Bandits did a really good job of controlling the neutral zone at the end of the game. They didn't allow the Knights as many opportunities to get in their zone and get a shot on goal.
Yeah.
And they kind of, I think there was a little bit of conditioning there. You see, there's a lot of Knights players that are very, very new to this sport.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Bandits are a little bit more further along per player, and some of their conditioning actually showed there. They were still skating hard. Lopez was still a little rocket there at the end of the game. Yeah. They were still trying very hard, and both teams played really well. And I think it just shows how well the novice league is coming along. You're seeing all the players on all the teams really are coming along quickly.
Yep. Of course, being the purpose of the league itself for players to facilitate improvement in a comfortable environment, but it's getting a bit less comfortable as the race for the playoffs heats up, and I'm sure it'll be even less so during the playoffs itself.
Play. Yep. You're seeing some of these people fighting for the puck. They're along the boards. They're sliding. They're jumping. They're diving. They're taking. They don't look at this as being like the novice league. This is their league, and they're making everything they can out of it. So, very fun game to watch.
Yep. And I mean, as it stands, we have 2 teams who are not D-League team stepping out onto the ice. So that's the end of hockey for today.
Yeah, the B League or C League or something.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
I mean, my final thoughts are I'm glad that we saw a good game. We saw a number of good games today, actually. And
Absolutely.
just competitive play from both teams.
Especially that 2 o'clock game. I can't remember what teams were playing.
I am unsure. I'm unsure.
The Jesters, I think,
Something
beat
along
somebody
those lines.
again. I mean, but
Yeah.
a really good game with the Benders there. Great game with the Wolverines and the Wanderers.
That was a
Wow.
thriller. Yep.
So it's been a great day of hockey.
Yeah, and we'll wrap up for today. So, I mean, thank you for joining us. I hope you found the games as exciting as we had. And I've been Scott Van Dort. This is Kevin Coble for
Yep,
D-League
Chester's Roll.
Radio.